Welcome to Builder Information Systems Video Learning Center. This tutorial will examine the cash disbursements processes for payable, vendor, and regular checks. While Builder Information System provides features that allow you to quickly and easily create payroll and accounts payable check runs en masse, what if you only need to generate one or two checks in a hurry, or you need to post a check transaction for accounting purposes? Cash Disbursements provides individual check transaction forms for creating one-off payroll, payable, vendor, and regular checks, and provides additional accounting uses as well. First, which form do I use? While the process for each check form is fundamentally the same, there are subtle differences depending on which type of check you're creating. What are the differences? The payable check form is used when you are making a payment on one or more vendor invoices to a vendor. The resulting payment will affect the accounts payable aging by either reducing or removing paid invoices in the same manner as the Select for Payment AP check process. The vendor check form is used when making a payment to a vendor and there is no vendor invoice. You won't use the form if you are providing a payment on one or more vendor invoices. The regular check form is used when a general purpose check needs to be generated that is neither a payment on an invoice nor a payment to a vendor. Let's start by examining the payable check form. Access the payable check form by selecting the Payable Check link under Cash Disbursements in the white area of the My Desktop General Ledger folder, or by going to Transactions and selecting Cash Disbursements Payable Checks. When the form appears, notice the four tabs across the top. The Main tab is used for entering the primary transaction information. The CD Account tab records the cash account, discount taken account number, and session date, and displays the default account settings as set in system-wide parameters. The Print Options tab provides a print output field and allows the output form to be changed if needed. The Notes tab may be used to record any internal notes or special information pertaining to the transaction. On the Main tab, first note that in the upper area is a required field to either select or enter a vendor ID. In the main portion below, there is a column to enter one or more vendor invoice numbers along with a column for the corresponding amount you wish to pay on the invoice. With all four cash disbursement check types, initiating the process is the same. On the Main tab, first enter the check number and the check date. With a payable check, you'll next enter or select the vendor ID. The payee information will auto-populate from the vendor's master record. Next, enter the amount of the check. Note that a single AP check may be written for more than one invoice for that vendor if desired. Advancing to the Invoice Number field, you may enter the number or use the lookup by clicking the magnifying glass at the right to select an invoice number. Hitting Enter or Tab will auto-populate with the invoice's corresponding information: invoice date, invoice amount, retention, discount, amount paid, amount due, etc. It will also populate the amount to pay, i.e., the full amount or remaining amount to pay if the check amount is equal or greater to the invoice amount. The amount to pay can be modified if needed. You may advance to the next line and repeat the process if you are intending to pay additional invoices. Once the check is completed, saving the transaction will post the transaction. Click the Save icon or use Ctrl+S. The check may be printed by clicking the Print icon or using Ctrl+P, or it may be previewed clicking the Preview icon or using Ctrl+W, and then printing the check from the preview form. To start a new transaction, click the New icon or use Ctrl+N. Delete and void. The cash disbursements check process may be used to post a transaction for accounting purposes simply by saving the transaction. With payable, vendor, and regular checks, if the check is not in a bank reconciliation, you may delete a check using the lookup to select and then clicking the delete icon, or by using Control D. Then click Yes to the prompt to confirm you wish to delete the transaction. Again, if the check is not in a bank reconciliation, the cash disbursements check process may be used to void a check. To void a check, simply use the lookup to select the transaction and click the Void button in the upper right. Then click Yes to the prompt confirming you wish to void the transaction. Please make a special note that payroll checks may only be voided. They cannot be deleted. Only payable, vendor, and regular checks may be deleted, and only if a check is not in a current or past bank reconciliation. Note that deleting a check removes the check from the system, where a voided check remains as a transaction in the register.